Okay, here are the notes for chapter 3.4, which is another way of graphing. We're graphing again linear equations, but we're going to graph, we'll put graphing linear equations, right, lines. But we're using a different method. This is called using intercepts. Using intercepts. So the question is, what are intercepts? Well, notice that it's plural. There's two. It's plural, right? There's an S. That means there's two or more, but I'm telling you there's two. There is an X intercept. There's going to be an X intercept. You're going to have to find that one. So I'll put that one as 1. It'll be your X intercept. And your Y intercept. Okay? There's two of them. There's one for the X. There's an X intercept and there's a Y intercept. So let me explain what an intercept is very easily. Okay, so let's say we have an XY axis, right? Our coordinate plane on XY axis. And there's a line, right? A line can go here. The line can go this way. The line can go this way. The line can go this way. Okay, but essentially, let me just draw one just like so. Let's say that's my line, right? Well, this line, it intercepts, it crosses the x-axis at a certain value. You see, at a certain point, at a certain coordinate. It's going to be a coordinate, right? An x-intercept is going to have I need you to give me this coordinate. That's going to have a coordinate. That's going to be a point, right? That's your x-intercept, where the line hits the x-axis. And then your y-intercept is also going to be a second point, right? And that's going to have its x and y coordinate. So where the line crosses and hits the x-axis, that is the x-intercept. And where the line is crossing and hitting the y-axis, that's your y-intercept. Okay? And pretty much we're just going to be finding these. If I can just give you the 2 points, the two intercepts here, the coordinates of these 2 points, then you can graph a line. This is an alternative way. This is a different way. We're not doing solving for y. We don't need to do that. This is a different way. We're not going to use the slope. We're not going to use the intercept, right? We have learned about the y-intercept, right? So you're kind of familiar with that one, but we're using intercepts. Okay, so let me give you an example. I'll make this first one easy. I'm going to go ahead and give you the 2 intercepts. So number 1, let's say I already have them. Let's say my x-intercept. My x-intercept is -4, 0. And your y-intercept is 0, 2. How are you able to graph a line just knowing these intercepts? Well, very easy. Remember, this is a coordinate and this is a coordinate. So, just doing a quick little sketch here. You don't need graph paper. You can just do some quick sketches. Where's -4, 0? For my x-intercept, I'm going to go to -4, -1, -2, -3, -4. Isn't that the point? Go -4 on the x and nothing up and nothing down. That's your x-intercept, right? This is a coordinate. This is a point. That's the x-intercept. Now there's an infinite number of lines that I can cross, that I can graph that intercept that x equals -4. So that's why you need your y-intercept also, right? You need 2 points to construct a line. 1 point 1 point I can graph an infinite number of lines going through there. But that's your x-intercept. Your y-intercept is 0, 2. So that's on the y-axis, that's going to be up 1, up 2. 0 on the x and up 2. Here is your y-intercept. And once you have these 2 points, right, that's all you need to graph a line. Obviously, there's more points on this line. But again, if you're able to find the x-intercepts and the y-intercept, you plot the x-intercept, you plot the y-intercept, and then you graph the line that goes through it. Not just this, remember, not just this. The line is continuous, so we extend it and we put the little arrowheads at the end, right, because it's a continuous line. So this first one, I gave you the x-intercept and the y-intercept so that you understand how you plot those points. And once you plot the x-intercept and once you plot the y-intercept, then you graph the line. But these are not going to be given to you. You're going to have to find them. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do that now. How to find the x and the y-intercepts, and once you have these two, you can graph it. Okay. All right. So let's go with problem number 1. Now another thing is, actually before I go to problem number 1, you're gonna have your equation in standard. Your equation is gonna look in standard form. So standard form is this, the standard form. The standard form of an equation looks like this. Of an equation of a line is this. AX plus BY is equal to C. Okay, we're going to leave it like that. You'll see the x and the y on one side. You'll have your x and your y variable on one side. So there'll be a number next to the x, there'll be a number next to the y, and then there'll be another number on this other side, right? And that'll be C. This is the standard form. You're going to have your equations in standard form and leave them like that. So here's an example number 1. What if I put like 3x plus 2y is equal to, let's say 12. You see? Here's the x, like that. Here's the y, right? The x and the y are like that. So 3 is like your A, 2 is like your B, and then there'll be an equal sign and the numbers over here. You'll just leave it like that. You don't have to solve for y. You don't have to put it in slope-intercept form. Leave it like that. This is standard form. So when you have your equation in standard form, it's easy to find your intercepts. Okay, so here it goes. To find the x-intercept, and I'm going to abbreviate. I'm just going to put an x int. To find the x-intercept, well, I won't abbreviate yet. To find the x-intercept, you let the other letter, right? There's only 2 letters. There's only 2 letters. There's only x and y, right? There's only x and y in an equation. And if I'm trying to find x, I'm going to leave it there. To find the x-intercept, you let the other letter, let y equal 0. You let your coordinate for y equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to do a little split screen here. And it's actually going to be the same to find the y-intercept. If you want to find the y-intercept, right, this is the one I want to keep. I want to keep the y. If I want to find the y-intercept, you let the other letter, you let what? You let the x equal 0. Okay, now real quick, I'm going to just tell you why do you do this. Well, going back at this, notice that any notice that any point, any coordinate on the x-axis, let's say this one for example that we did right now earlier, this one is what? -4, 0. So my x, the number on the x, which is this one, is going to be the number that you're going to go to, and then your value of y is always 0. See, your y is 0. Any point here on the x-axis, the value of y is 0. So to find your x-intercept, you let y equal 0. All these points, see, this is -3 for x and y is 0. This is -2 for x and y is 0. And the same story is going to be true for this one. What is this point? This point is 0 on the x. See, there's 0 on the x. I didn't go anywhere on the x, and you went up 2y. See, to find the y-intercept, right, the y is the 2. But any point on the y-axis, what's your value of x? Your value of x is 0. That's why we do this. Okay, so to find the x-intercept, the y is 0. And to find the y-intercept, any number here, your value of x is 0. Okay? And that's what I'm doing here. So, very easily, you're going to do what? Well, let me write this. 3x plus 2y equals 12. Now, if y is 0, this is 2 times 0. Well, isn't that going to go away? 2 times 0 is 0. Isn't it 3x plus 0 equals 12? Yeah, this goes away. 2 times 0 is 0. You get 3x plus 0 equals 12. See, that 0, it goes away. When y is equal to 0, there's going to be no number here. So pretty much you're left with what? 3x equals 4. I'm sorry, not 4. I'm thinking of the answer already. Sorry. 3x equals 12. 3x equals 12. And then when you divide by 3, and when you divide by 3 and you solve for x, yeah, you're going to get x equals what? That's why I said 4. So see here, you have your coordinate. Because remember you said, I'm going to let y equal 0. And you got your answer for x, which is x equals 4. And remember how you write a coordinate? When you write a coordinate, it's the x and then the y. So here our coordinate is going to be what? Well, the x goes first. The x goes first, so x is 4 and y is what? 0. That's your x-intercept. Right? We were finding the x-intercept and intercept first. Same deal over here. To find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0, so I go to my equation that's in standard form. I'm going to let x equal 0. This one's going to be 0. So that's 3 times 0. Well, that goes away. 3 times 0 is 0. That's 0, isn't it? So what are you left with? A positive 2y equals 12. You see, the 0, just ignore it. It's going to go away. So you're pretty much left with just solving this. 2y equals 12. 2y equals 12. Divide by 2, divide by 2. You're going to get y is equal to 6. So I got y is equal to 6 when I let what? X equals 0. There's your coordinate for the y-intercept. You let x equal 0 and you got y equals 6. So how do you write a coordinate? First the x, then the y. So that's going to be first the x is 0, and the y is what? 6. Okay. These are your intercepts. Remember, this one's the x-intercept. This one's the y-intercept. Now what do you do with those? You plot those. You plot those on a graph so you can sketch the line. Right? So now you kind of do a quick little graph. You don't need graph paper. You can do it by hand. You can do a quick little sketch like this. What's this one? X is 4. Go to X, go to positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. X is positive 4, 0. 0 on the Y. I don't go up or down on the Y. Okay, that's your X intercept. That's your 4, 0. Right? And then how do you do this one? Here's your Y intercept. This one says, I don't go anywhere on the X. I don't go anywhere left or right on the X, but I go up to positive 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up here, 6. 6 right here, right? That's the point right there. That coordinate is what? Well, it's 0, 6. So this is telling you that this line is hitting right there at 4 and hitting right there at 6. So you graph the line that goes through those points. That's how you graph using intercepts. Okay, I'll do a couple more problems on the next video.